You are now listening to a member of the Disney Podcast family. Head over to Disney Podcast Family on Instagram to see all the latest posts for this show and links to other great Disney podcasts.
Melissa Pilgrim is our choice for your next Disney vacation. You can reach her at amagicalpilgrimage@gmail.com. We thank her for her support.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejados de las puertas.
Here's a wild ride in the where invisibility travels all is changed.
Welcome back to Miles from Main Street. I have Tammy here, happy to help me again. We're going to be talking about some of the scavenger hunts around Walt Disney World. There's a lot to do, and I'm excited to talk about them. So thanks, Tammy, for coming on.
You're welcome.
After enjoying the show, please go like and subscribe to the show on your podcast app or on YouTube. But more importantly, please share the show with a friend or family. It really helps our show grow. New episodes are out every Tuesday, whether it be on the RSS feed on your podcast app or on YouTube. We are out every Tuesday morning. So, Tammy, last week we did Dream Jobs.
We did.
And it was a lot of fun talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got some comments from a couple of listeners.
Okay.
One is from Jason Campbell. 100% my dream job would be to be a safari van driver, jungle cruise skipper, or even animal knowledge expert at the parks.
Yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun. Like, I know when we've done Gorilla Falls, I love talking to the animal knowledge experts that are standing there. And they've got a lot of great information.
And when we were talking last week, I don't know why I didn't think of this one. This was one that, we watched the Disney Magic of Disney's Animal Kingdom show, and it's just, so much fun to watch, seeing them training these animals.
Yeah, I think I would definitely choose to be a trainer if I did something with the animals. Just like how they get, like one of the episodes was brushing the teeth or doing something with the teeth of the hippopotamus.
Yeah, that's right.
And like they were able to like train it with a target to like get its mouth close enough and stuff, and just really cool stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch that show. I love when they do the episode about the macaws flying into Animal Kingdom, and they fly in, they do the little show, and then they have to fly home, and one of them kind of goes rogue for a little bit. But I think that's a really cool episode.
It is. And just as a plug, if you guys have never seen that, it is completely worth it.
It really is. It's something that it took us a couple of trips to actually see it because timing just didn't work out.
Yep.
And when we finally got to see it, I was like, I hope this is worth everything it took for us to see it. And it was so good.
Yes.
So yeah, it just having macaws flying overhead as you're standing there, and the information they give you and everything is it's really neat. They're such beautiful birds.
They are, yeah.
All right, so Noah Janklin wrote in and said, I would love to run the World of Disney in Disney Springs.
That's not the job for me. It would be too stressful and too chaotic and just not my skill set.
Yeah,
knowing Noah, I could see why he would say that.
Yeah, this is just like that store has so much going on. Just walking through it, like I love to go in there, but at times it's like this is too much.
It is. That's Disney overload. Sometimes it's like I want everything I see, but I can't have it, and just trying to make the decision of what to get is really overwhelming.
Yeah, and there's, like I said, there's just so much going on. There's so many people in there, and to have to just take care of all those employees and get them all in the right spots and the inventory. And oh my gosh, I'm stressing myself out thinking about it. But yeah, okay. So scavenger hunts of Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
We've done a lot of these and have had a lot of fun with them. Um, and I'm always talking about the fact that there's so much to do at Disney World. You cannot do it in a week. You couldn't do it maybe everything in a year. There's just so much to do. So I like to talk about this stuff. I like to get information out there on some of the other things you can do that you don't have to pay extra for. Um, let's start with the stuff that you can do in the parks. We don't spend a lot of time on this. I feel like these are more something when you've visited a little more often. It's something you can more do then.
Depending on the park, I would agree with that. Yeah, I think in Epcot you're kind of more inclined to do them, especially if you have younger kids.
Yeah, I can see that. So let's start with Magic Kingdom, and they have the Pirates Adventure. I believe this is the Seven Seas Adventure or Adventure of this. I don't know. Anyway, High Seas. I remember something about that. Anyway,
So yeah, we've never done that one, but we've watched video of people doing it. I'm pretty sure Jacob wanted to do it, but it was when we went like during COVID, like right after COVID, and it wasn't back up and running yet.
Yeah, and it's one that they actually used to give out a fast pass if you completed it. But it would take you about an hour to complete, I believe. But they don't do that anymore. Now you get a collectible card, I believe it is. Yeah, a collectible card that you can take home with you. So and it changes, I believe the card does.
And I think it's all pretty much based in that Adventureland area, isn't it?
Yeah, and the one thing I'm thinking of are the totems that are near the ones that spray the water near the Jungle Cruise. They're one of the ones that, and it's interactive. Like you don't just find something, like you have to walk up and make it do something.
Right, like things will pop up or it'll say something or light up or do something.
Yeah, so I think this is one that is really fun. If your kids are bored with the other things and looking for something a little different, this is a great option. And something that's along those lines. Actually, I'll move into that next. First of all, one thing that you like to do is back by the Rapunzel tangled bathroom. Is all the Pascals back there. You like to go looking for them.
Right, and I've never found all of them. Well, A, we've never taken the time to find all of them, and B, some of them are very hard.
Yes.
And even though I've watched videos of like where they are, I still can't find them all.
There are 10. I believe we've found 8.
I think so. Yeah.
There's one in a tree that's really hard to see. I think we found that one. And there's some along that creek and up on the buildings. So that's a fun one. There's no real organization around it. It's just kind of here they are.
It's a great thing to do because the bathrooms back there are probably some of the nicest ones in Magic Kingdom. It's really the only theming for Rapunzel that you get,
Right?
And it keeps, if you have more than one child, it keeps the other ones occupied while you're waiting for people to take their turns in the restrooms. And there's charging stations back there for your phones too.
Yeah, it's a good way to take a break and charge a phone if you need to take a break. I was just thinking like keeping kids busy. I was going to say that too. So great minds.
And they do right back in that area too at night if anybody's looking for the Rapunzel photo op where you can hold the lantern at night. That's right back where they do that as well.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're still doing that. I haven't heard about it lately, but
I don't know.
I'm sure they are. So yeah, definitely check that one out. So what I was going to say is along the lines of the Pirates Adventure is the DuckTales World Showcase Adventure. And this one is actually done on your phone. I believe through the Play Disney app. There's another one that I have not done. I have seen people do it. So if you are in a pavilion and you see Perry the Platypus all of a sudden rise up somewhere, somebody in the area is doing the DuckTales, or I guess not Perry. It used to be a Phineas and the Ferb type of thing. Now it's DuckTales. So if you see, I believe it's the nephews.
Okay.
If you see the Duck nephews like show up all of a sudden, then disappear, that is the game that's being played, the DuckTales game. And this goes all the way around World Showcase. Like I said, it's on your phone, so it's something that they'll help you get it downloaded or show you how to get started, and then you do it on your own pace. And as you go around World Showcase, it's something else you can do. And with the World Showcase, Epcot has lots of festivals during the year, and with each festival, there's another scavenger hunt. Right now is Food and Wine going on, and Remy is hidden in a bunch of the not only pavilions, the countries, but they are, he might be at some of the other areas in around World Showcase as well.
Yeah, we were watching All Ears the other night, and Breedlove was looking for them, and they're hard. Like, we're going in October, so we'll be doing that one. I just know Mia will want to do it, and I hope we can find them all.
And this one, if you do the festival ones, it's a $10 fee to get the map, and you put a sticker wherever. So Remy, in this case, Remy is holding an ingredient for ratatouille.
Yep.
And so you have to put the ingredient on the spot that you found him. And once you've completed it, you can take it back to where you bought the scavenger hunt to begin with, and you get a prize. And this time around, I believe last year they had plates for Food and Wine.
I don't know.
And this year they have bowls. And it's kind of that melamine, hard plastic.
Yeah, the hard plastic, like, I don't know, reminds me of something that I would like give the kids to eat out of when they were younger.
Yeah, and I think McDonald's used to have these types of plates. I remember the Megara or Megara, however you say it, Megara. Yeah. I need to watch that movie again.
Good movie.
It is. Anyway, they had some plates from McDonald's, I know, and I believe that's the same type of material.
Yep.
So really cool.
Different options. They have like a Rummy one, a Figment one, and a Mickey and Minnie one this year.
There's 4 of them.
Is there an Orange Bird?
No, I think it's more of there's a Remy, Figment, Mickey, and I think it's just like a Food and Wine design. So yeah, the fun thing, there's Flower and Garden. There'll be a that's the Spike the Bee.
Yep.
That you look for. Yep. The Festival of the Arts that we were just at. That one is Figment painted into classical paintings, so you might see him in place of Mona Lisa.
Yep.
And Mia and I did that one on our last trip and had a blast looking for it. And I'm excited to do the Remy one with her next.
Yeah. So I was gonna mention that. So, like, it's a great thing that you can all do together, but also, like, I feel like if you have more than one kid, especially, or you have more than a couple people, you're trying to get through. If you're trying to do like the foods at the festival and stuff, you kind of need to divide and conquer sometimes to be able to get through it all. So, not that I like wanted to miss out on doing that with her, but it is kind of nice when you're at Disney. I feel like in my opinion, when you can take some time to just do some one-on-one things with your kids, because that's special to you and to them. And like, I know that was like one of the things she enjoyed the most at Epcot was going around and doing that with you. And you were doing something at one point, and I was like, well, I could take you to find it. No, I'm doing it with Dad, which is great. Like, yeah. So, don't be afraid to like split up and take one of them and do something special like that, because they will really remember that.
In our group, we had the 5 of us. It was you and your mom and our 2 daughters, and then Mikhailo and Kristen were hanging out with us a lot too. And they would stop at a food booth and be ordering the food, and I would be able to take Mia quickly and walk into the pavilion and go find it, and then we'd come back and miraculously there's food waiting for us. And that really helped Mia too, because she doesn't like to have to stand in line all that way. Yeah. So, she and I could run into the pavilion, go look for the item, Sometimes it would be quick, sometimes it would take a little longer. You guys might have a couple of items for us by the time we get back, but
Right.
it really worked out well doing that. And like to be able to even trade off, like I imagine that's how I would like to do it this time. Maybe you get one, I get one, and the other person will wait in line.
Maybe. She's a kid that doesn't like change, so I just have this feeling that she's
Well,
gonna be like, "No, it's dad and my thing."
I know. Anyway, we'll have to report back on that one. So yeah, I enjoy doing that. And of course around Easter they do the Easter egg hunt as well. They've got great big Easter eggs hidden. Um, and it's only about a week long that they do that one.
Yeah, and like I know when we tried to do it, they were all out. So I don't know if that's something that happens typically or we just got unlucky that time.
Yeah, I don't. That's an interesting one because I don't remember if they did it this last year. Um, but they used to give Easter eggs, painted as different Disney characters. I think we have one of
We
Jessie.
have one of Jessie. We have the hitchhiking ghosts.
Right. And the ghosts was a separate thing that we could just buy.
Yep.
But Jessie was one that you had to do the hunt for. So there's other options like that. So over in Hollywood Studios, there's one over there. Do you know which one it is?
No,
I put you on the spot, didn't
you
I?
don't.
Yeah. Batu Bounty Hunters. This is one that's in.
Is that the thing you do with your phone?
This one is with your Magic Band.
Oh, okay.
Your Magic Band Plus. You do this in Galaxy's Edge, and you're a bounty hunter, and you're trying to find your bounty, and you'll earn credits. You don't get anything for doing this. This is kind of like the World Showcase one with DuckTales, where you just kind of do it on your. You might be able to use your phone, but your Magic Band Plus will do it, and you go and you find a bounty. You come back to the base, and you let them know you have it, and it's interactive where you kind of go and you find the spot where the bounty would be, and you have to tap your band and it'll do something. There'll be something that happens, and then you move up, go back and turn it in. They'll tell you how much the bounty was worth, and you keep doing that. And these are all built in the parks. These are all built to be 20-minute activities, but they don't complete in 20 minutes. You can do like one piece, and then you can come back and do the next piece. And they're all built to be something like that, so that you don't have to spend an hour and a half to be able to get the full experience. You can do a piece of it and come back and do it another time. So the other thing is at Animal Kingdom, and this one is the Wilderness Explorers. And the Wilderness Explorers is something that happens all around Animal Kingdom. And the neat thing about this is that it's educational,
Right.
which fits with the Animal Kingdom theme a lot too, because they are trying to teach you about the animals.
Yeah, you get to talk to like those animal caretakers
Yep.
and hear about what they have to say about each of the animals at the stops that you're going to. And a lot of times they'll have a table set up with like a snake skin or a piece of fur or something that the kids can actually touch.
Yeah. There's some quick animal fact that they get to do. They might quiz you with a question. But then there'll be a sticker that I believe you get for completing that station. And the nice thing about these stations is that you don't need to start the Wilderness Explorers at like the beginning. Like as you come into the park, there's a station that will kind of introduce it to you. But if you pass that and you get to a point at like the gorilla trek that you were talking about, if you end up there and you see a station, they have the stuff there and they'll tell you about it and get you started there as well.
Yeah, you can get the book at any station. Yep.
And our kids have always picked up, somebody starts talking to them about it, and the kids will be like, this is so cool, I want to do this. And then we try to hit them as we go.
And that's another one that you don't have to complete it in that in that trip, you can just keep bringing it back with you and pick up where you left off, which is nice.
Yeah. And they have them in Dino Land. They have them in Pandora, which I think is kind of cool. That they'll give you some interesting facts about something space aged. Fantastical. Sorry, that's enough on the parks. I really wanted to do this because there's so much to do at the resorts.
Yes.
Right. So let's start with this hidden character hunt. This is a new one.
Yeah, so we got to do this one when we went last year. We stayed at the Polynesian. And so what it is there is a fairly good sized picture of a character hidden somewhere around the resort. Usually like in the lobby shopping area, like not outside, always inside.
Yep.
And you need to find it and either take a picture of it or a selfie with it. But you need to kind of make sure that the picture shows like where you are, like within the resort, so that when you take it to the front desk, you can show them, yes, I found this, and it's located in Moana's Mercantile or wherever it is.
Right.
And you get a button, and the button will have that character on it, and there's 4 like little squares around the button. So it's something that you can do every day.
Because they move it
location. Yep.
every day.
So you can go get a sticker each time, and it takes 4 stickers to complete your pin. And again, it's just something that you can do. Like you could do it one day and come back and do it 4 days later. You can do it on your next day, as long as it's still going on. But so I think a lot of times people don't think about this kind of stuff because they're so focused on going to the parks. And when they are staying at the resorts, they're focused on like swimming and shopping and the dining. But you do have rainy days.
Right.
You'll talk about one in a minute, I'm sure, that we happen to have done on a rainy day. And it kept the kids entertained for a good hour at least.
Right. Yeah.
As well as us, honestly.
It was fun.
Right. But this one I think is really cool because most of them at the resorts are Hidden Mickey based, which is fun. But this one is not as hard for younger kids. Like it's big enough. It's not super hidden. It's big enough that they can find it fairly easily. And the button that they get has a favorite character on it. Like, and I can't name all the resorts they're doing it at, but like it's most of them.
Right.
But like so Polynesian was Hey Hey.
Yep.
Art of Animation
might have been a Nemo
Lion
character
King or Nemo. I don't know. There's like a Chippendale one. There's a Rapunzel one.
I think Chippendale was at the Wilderness Lodge.
Yeah. Animal Kingdom, I'm guessing, is probably the Simba one.
Yeah.
So.
And what's interesting or really neat is that not only is there a picture on the button of the character, but each button has like the background of it shows the resort you were in.
Right.
Which I didn't even realize that. We got one from the Polynesian, and I thought, oh, we could take this to any one of the resorts, and we can then have it put on, have a sticker on the button or whatever. But it's specific to each one, and it's just I think that's a really neat little collectible to have. Then.
Yeah, I was just looking though. So Pascal. I don't know why I can never say that. Pascal is at the Riviera Resort.
Okay.
So the button is like, it's a blue button and a big picture of him. And then there's 3 open circles for like where you can put the stickers. And then right at the bottom, it says like Disney Riviera Resort. So the button says where you're at too, like you said. So that's cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. And to explain the character, what it looks like, it's kind of a cardboard cutout type of deal. And it's printed on there and then cut out. But it's, it's more of a hard plastic or hard wood that they then, it's, like a sign that they set somewhere and you need to go find it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the exact measurement, but I would say that it's like at least an 8 by 12, like at least a sheet of paper, if not bigger.
Right. I was gonna say it's maybe a foot tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So really easy to find in most cases. It was kind of annoying at Poly because there's 2 levels. So you have to run upstairs. But like you don't have to you do it, but it was fun to do, and
Right.
we were doing the shopping up there anyway. So yeah, I think that's a really neat one. Every single resort is doing it.
Yep.
So you don't have to be like, oh, is this one that'll do it, or can we do this there? Which gets me into my next basket of goodies. Uh, the hidden Mickeys, as you brought up. We did the one at the Polynesian, a hidden Mickey scavenger hunt. They give you a sheet of paper and it has clues. And you need to go around the lobby and find the hidden Mickeys. It was really interesting. There were some that were difficult. Um, the one I don't want to give this one away because of how hard it is. But I think you know which one I'm talking about, where we were like looking out over the railing trying to figure out if is it really. And that's what they were getting at.
Yeah.
So like
That wasn't the one I thought you were gonna say. That
Oh.
wasn't the one I thought was the hardest there. I thought the one that was the hardest was one that I couldn't see it. So
the one behind the front desk.
you weren't supposed to.
I wasn't going to give it away. Well, good luck, people. Like that was a hard one too.
Yeah.
I had to ask the cast member to point it out because I was staring at it forever. They actually took off and went on their own for a while because I was staring at it for so long.
See it, I gave up. So
Yeah,
I was just like, "Oh, I'll take your word for it." Which is another point. Like, if you get stuck, just ask a cast member for help. Like, some of them will just tell you or show you, and some of them will just kind of lead you in the right direction. So
yeah. And these, again, they will give you a little bit of a prize, mostly for the kids. So, think about going to your dentist's office, like you're getting a pencil, you're getting a little sticker book.
Yep.
It's not a big outlandish prize,
I
but
believe they got a reduce, reuse, recycle. Like, it's on the
no, it was the coloring book of the safety wild for safety.
That's what I'm
thing.
thinking of. Yes.
Yeah.
With like Pumbaa
And
and
Timon. Yeah. Yes. Which I thought that was kind of cool because I've only ever seen the cards.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have
and
those
then they
anymore.
got like some crayons to do it with.
Yeah. And they immediately went and sat down and started coloring it. So, but I think it's a different prize everywhere you go too.
Could be.
Because when we went to the Wilderness Lodge, they had not only did they have the hidden Mickey hunt, which they've got some tough ones there too, let me tell you.
And theirs are more spread out. I feel like than
yes,
the Polys were.
They also had one for the DVC area, so you had to go over to the lobby area for the DVC section. And I think there were 5 over there that you could. So there's 15 total. But that one, the button actually said like Disney's Wilderness Lodge on it, and that was a neat button to get. And then there was an Easter one, and we were trying to remember what the questions were because it's been a few years since we did that. But we got a little sticker that said Wilderness Lodge and had the Easter like background on it. It was neat. So that sits with our pins.
I can't for the life of me remember what that one was.
I want to say there were Easter eggs that you guys were looking for.
I think maybe like not the hard plastic ones that you would get at Epcot, but like maybe paper. I don't know. I really can't remember.
I sat in the lobby with Mia most of the time because she didn't want to do it. But so that's a neat one. Yeah, both of those places. The Grand Floridian has one. The Contemporary Resort has a scavenger hunt. This is not Hidden Mickey based though. This one is spots. It will send you to a spot and you're supposed to take a selfie with it. So I believe one of them is there's the silver Mickey sitting on a like
the metal thing.
Yeah,
outside,
outside. Like that's one of the spots that you have to go to and take a picture. So I believe there's a button at the end of that one. I'm not positive on that.
Pretty sure Animal Kingdom has one as well.
Yes, yes, and I've seen that one done on Tim Tracker. He did that one, I believe. So what else? Yes, those are the ones that I had listed as resorts. There might be something at Port Orleans. There might be something at your resort. Who knows? The best thing to do in these cases is if you are faced with some time and you're like hidden Mickey search, we could do one of those. Like go to your lobby, go to your front desk and say, do you have a hidden Mickey search? They'll pull out a sheet of paper if they have one, or they'll say, no, sorry, we don't. If they don't be afraid to jump on a bus or the Skyliner or the monorail, whatever it may be, and head over to another resort that will have it. Resort hopping is free to do. It's easy to go do it. You can, it's like I always go back to when we were on our trip, just the two of us, and we went from the Polynesian to Grand Floridian to the Wilderness Lodge and then over to the Contemporary, and we hit those four. And each time we walked into that resort, the new resort, whatever it was like you've entered a completely new world.
It's a great way to see them all and get an idea for where you might want to stay someday and what you like the feel of. And the other point I was going to mention was, like, we go to Disney. Most people go to Disney because they want to be in the parks.
Yes.
However, when you have a younger child, and maybe we're just weird, but in talking to people, I don't think so. Like the first time that like we came home, our kids' favorite thing to do was swimming at the resort. Like we took them to all these parks. Their favorite thing to do was swimming at the resort. So just try to remember that some of these what you think is smaller things that you might not want to spend the time on is sometimes most impactful to them. I know our kids love doing the one at Easter time.
Yeah,
they had a lot of fun doing that. It was something different.
It was.
Yeah.
And we're weird because we have a podcast about Disney.
Right. I mean we're weird for lots of reasons, but
I like beyond the hidden Mickey searches, just going from resort to resort. I've talked about doing a progressive dinner around the monorail. There's drinking around the monorail. We've done dessert crawls for the Skyliner and for the monorail. There are easy Google searches you can do to find ideas on what would be a good dessert to get at each place. We were trying to hit up some of the popular iconic ones, like the tie-dye cheesecake at Art of Animation, right?
Wouldn't recommend that much.
It's not very good. But it's tie-dyed and looks cool, right? So it's fun to put on Instagram. It's just, it's a fun thing to do. And when we have days off, which we typically on a trip, we try to have a park day and off day, a park day and off day. We try to do it that way.
We go for a week. We definitely do it.
Yeah, so that we can sleep in, and then we go and we hit some of the resorts. We do some swimming. And no, we're not weird because our kids just want to go swimming. I hear that all the time. We went and we were in the park for 4 hours, and all I heard was, I just want to go to the pool. Why can't we go swimming?
Well, and part of that too is these aren't just normal pools. I mean,
right.
If you're at the deluxe resorts, you've got water slides, you've got waterfalls, water features, things going on, and even like Art of Animation and the All Stars, they still have really cool theming around their pools, and just very kid friendly.
Yep. Yeah. So don't be afraid to go hit up the different resorts, find some of the new foods that they have out there. Try some of the restaurants, the amazing restaurants at Disney World. But thank you for watching and listening. We've got that dream jobs question hanging out there. like I said, this is going to be a thing. I want to talk to people about it. I've got some guests coming on next week. We'll be talking about it then. Let me know your dream job. What is your dream job? I want to hear about it at Disney World. Let's hear about it. So pumpkin painter. We heard about that. All right. Remember, episodes are every Tuesday, Tammy. Remember that. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and we want to know your dream job. And I have that written twice. I need to fix my notes. We'll read them on the show if you send it in. Now, as we like to say, some live close,
but others don't.
So let's talk about it. We'll see you next time on Miles from Main Street.